a former guest on this podcast, actually, David Anderson at Caltech, has been studying hypothalamic circuits. And he and his former postdoc, Dai-Yu Lin, discovered a small, tiny collection of neurons in the ventromedial hypothalamus that, when stimulated, would send these animals, these mice, you can find videos of this online, into a rage. Mm-hmm. Now, the interesting thing is it required the presence of another mouse.
Right.
And
so it's still somewhat context dependent.
Somewhat context dependent. If they were alone in their cage, they wouldn't attack themselves or the walls of the cage. But if you put a air or water-filled glove within the cage, they would absolutely attack it to try and destroy it. Then you turn off these neurons, the mouse is calm. We can put a link to this in the show note caption. Now, here's what's remarkable. The ventromedial hypothalamus has these neurons basically interspersed with other neurons that, when stimulated, suppress rage and activate copulation. Incredible, right? Within the same structure, you have these mutually exclusive sets of neurons and behaviors.
Yep.
And it speaks to, I think, some of the things that Freud and others have talked about in terms of the juxtaposition of these neurons, but that they mutually inhibit one another, which lends itself to some really interesting questions about when aggression and sexuality become combined in states of pathology. Okay.